My name is Thomas Owens from Wichita, Kansas. Prior to Legal Shield, I always had my own business. From the time I got out of school, I played a handful of pro tennis tournaments, taught a little, started actually in our organic environmental lab, ended up in the nightclub business, teen club. I actually had a track business where I built running tracks at high schools and colleges. So I've always had my own business. I was trying to find something that I was as passionate about as I was my tennis, which that's a struggle because all of my businesses were successful. But it wasn't until Legal Shield until I found something that I was that passionate about.
There's so much business out there that there's no need to go after things that we know aren't going to have high retention.
It really happened my third month in the business. What really got me kind of jazzed about what we do with Legal Shield is I actually wrote my first group and made a good deal of money. But the thing that happened was like the fourth month, which was after I did the enrollment, and I had gone back because I messed up the billing. I didn't know what to do as far as the payroll and all that stuff. But I went back and some of the employees were coming up to me just in tears because they had bought our service and it had helped them. And I think that's what really got me hooked on the membership. So I just started going out and writing groups. That started making me a living. And it's been fantastic along the way to realize that you don't have to have network marketing experience and you don't have to build that type of a team, that you can really build. And what I began to do was build a team after a few years, was build a team that marketed memberships. Did you have enrollments today?
Uh-huh.
And how'd it go?
Good.
One of the things that I've been very blessed was the fact that I did start working with and building a sales team. Because in 2014, my wife went in for a just regular exam, only to find out that she had breast cancer. And, that turns your life upside down. I was able, because of my business, I was able to take the time with her. I got to go, I went to all the doctor's appointments. I was always here. I had to be here to run the kids because the kids still had to do all of their things. And so she ended up having it removed, and then we started with the chemo and the radiation. And then in August of that same year, come to find out that my mother had a rare form of uterine cancer. And, we had I moved one of my sisters home to help take care of her. We had a couple trips to MD Anderson. There really wasn't anything they can do. And by November, my mother had actually passed away. So it was a very tough year for our family. And, the great thing that happened during that time, even though I didn't have the opportunity to work as much, because I had put a team in place and they kept marketing, they kept selling memberships, my income actually went up. Having a team in place is definitely important. You never know when life's going to happen. I feel really lucky that this was the business I was in when we went through all that.
It gives them their digital membership kit. It shows them how to download the apps. Okay.
I just don't think people really have an understanding, or they don't think about enough the fact that there aren't that many opportunities that come along that you should grab a hold of, that you should go all in. And I think that's one of the things. People are afraid to go all in. They're afraid to fail. But you can't have great success without risking something. And you got to be all in. And that's what I talk to my guys about all the time. I say, guys, we have a window. We have an opportunity that hasn't been around in my lifetime before and that may never come again. And I need to seize that opportunity. And you do too. And we need to seize it now. But it is fantastic, the fact that I'm able to have an office here in my home. And so I'm here. I rarely miss any of my kids' activities. I'm always at the school. Whenever we have anything at the school, I see all of those things. So that part, when you think of a traditional business versus ours, is something that I think most professionals, that's what they want. They want the income, but they'd also love to have the time freedom and not have someone telling them what to do all the time and when they can go to lunch, when they can take vacation. So I think the freedom that you have in having a Legal Shield business compared to any other type of career, we get to set our own terms. And that I know my family is really grateful for.